Get on in here, guys. We're gonna go over all these weirdos. Let me get my phone. I'll give everyone a few minutes to get in here. For those that are watching the replay of this, we are going to be going over the themes, channeled messages, not channeled messages, spiritual undertones, and overall tonal messaging for the Netflix series The Family. So this is a real organization. I think they actually go by the Fellowship, aka The Family. This is a nonprofit organization. And they are the coordinators and founders of the National Prayer Breakfast. That is held, let me see here, I have lots of notes for you guys. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like the first Thursday of every February or the third Thursday. I'll follow back with that. But we'll give everybody a couple of minutes to get in here. We will give. Hi, babe. There, my love. I'm kind of hoping that, I'm not hoping, but I have a lot of notes here, so it's okay. We're going to get through it. I got to make sure everybody can hear me. Do you want to go upstairs? I give your headphone in or something? Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna probably just proceed because they can catch the replay. You know what I mean? Keep it going. Yeah. So I'll give everybody a couple more minutes. So, all right, I'm gonna get into it. Let's get started. We are going to be going over The Family. It's the mini series that I've been posting out probably for about a month now. It is on Netflix. It's a docu-series, tell-all, if you will, genre. And The Family is an organization that is also known as the Fellowship. So I'm going to really quickly see if I don't think I pulled that up, did I? I don't think I did. It was originally founded by Abraham Brady. Let me get him pulled up because I'm going to show you guys all these fucking weirdos. So here we are. We have Abraham Brady. He was a Norwegian-born American Methodist minister. And I put that lightly. I say that loosely. He is the founder of what we know today as the Family, the Fellowship organization. And like I said, they are most well known for being the founders and organizers of the National Prayer Breakfast. I'm going to get straight to the chase. Once Varady kind of was out of the picture, he has an interesting backstory. I'm going to give it very briefly. Aside from, being an immigrant, coming here, American dream, fast forward, all of that, capitalism, etc. Boom, next thing you know, we have the Great Depression, okay, taking place. Him, Abraham Brady, 19 other industrialists, 19 being a key number here, because when I channeled, it's a lot like the 19 keys that are in the Holy Quran. So, yes, that was something that was immediately I channeled, like, this is a perversion of like the 19 keys. Essentially, that is what is done here. Like, all of this is on a spiritual, like an energetic, astral even level. Okay, for those that don't really understand that concept, this is from start to finish, from founding to current present day. This is nothing but a ritualistic organization. Like, they are basically like Freemasons with crosses. Okay. That's basically all this is. They are more or less really a lobbying organization that is perverting God for the sake of power. I'm gonna get straight to that, straight off the bat. So we have Abraham here, this fucking weirdo. He founds this organization, okay? It goes on, like I said, they found the National Prayer Breakfast. Prior to all of this, he is very heavily involved in the industrial movement, like organized labor, okay? So he and, like I said, 19 other industrial business leaders, capitalism at its finest, um, all get together and decide that they are basically declaring that organized labor, which was a good thing for the average American, okay, the average non-elitist, right? The average working day citizen, okay? Organized labor was a good thing at the time. These 19 business leaders, Abraham Brady included, decided that they were going to declare that organized labor is the devil's work. Okay, that's what they decided. It's the devil's work, and that these labor unions were satanic. This is literally the verbiage that is used in the show. Like, this is not just my verbiage. This is literally what is said in the show. Which I thought was very interesting because that's literally the truth. That's like what they are doing essentially. They are basically doing just that. Like, it's kind of like disclosure in a sense. So, here we are. Hi, whoever that is that just came in. Hello, hello. So Brady and these 19 business leaders, they go on, they declare organized labor is the devil's work and the unions are satanic, attacking the average citizen. So that way these elitists are able to prevail. And they felt like their wealth needed to be protected by force, by God. This is when I started channeling immediately that this is just complete greed and a perversion of God. And there was a really interesting, I want to say this was on Threads originally, but I did share it here on Instagram. And it's like this organization, they just claim allegiance with God. But really, they're in allegiance with power and the continued pursuit of it. So that's why this organization now has reach all over the entire world. And I will tell you what their main end goal is, because it was the first thing that I actually channeled. This entire organization's main goal is a new world order. I was channeling and I did see that they are going to be aiding in like providing like a platform, if you will, a podium for someone prominent coming up out of the Middle East that is going to kind of usher in this new world order. And it's going to be like, it just kind of sweeps across the world, like starts over there, Eastern, works its way Western. That is literally the main end goal of this organization, the family, the fellowship, etc. Now, Abraham Brady, the old guy we were showing before, he's gone. He's passed away. He's wherever he is. Doug Coe takes over. He's also passed away as of the time of this show. Doug Coe was a very interesting character because he's like one of the most profound and influential evangelists that people never heard of. So essentially what he did was continue to evangelize the world. That's what occurred throughout this show. So anyone that watched it, any notes you have, you're more than welcome to chime in at any time. But that was one of the driving factors of this organization and Doug Coe's work. He had a huge emphasis like on being a conduit. That's what a lot of people refer to him as, and I thought that was really interesting. And I'm going to pull you guys up a picture of Doug Coe. Good old Doug. Okay, so there's Doug, right? Doug is from Oregon. He rises up out of oblivion, starts running this cult-like organization that is taking over the world, literally, like by complete influence, and they're just masking it behind God and Christianity, like a lot of evangelists do. So this should not be that shocking for many. But this guy was very profound. He is the one that kind of took the family in the direction of complete like secrecy. he felt that, and a lot of his words where he's quoted that he felt that essentially in order to have influence, they needed invisibility. So a lot of secrecy. They had these homes that were inspired by their founder, Abraham Brady. His idea was called the Tregoron House, apparently. It was an idealized fellowship house for Congress, people to live with Christ. They're doing, I did channeling on these locations. They're doing rituals inside of these things. Okay. Like this is like Luciferian like work, literally the direct perversion of God. Okay. That's what is taking place here off the bat for anyone that's not able to see that with any of their intuitive gifts. They own these properties on like D Street, C Street, and they're designated as churches, of course. So these people are kind of living off of American taxpayer dollars, off our dime, while they're running one of the biggest lobbying schemes and masking it with God that we've probably ever seen. Hi, Steve. Hi, guys. So in the show, they were highlighting how C Street, which is a property that the family, the fellowship owns, um, it's a place where basically Congress members live. Like this is an actual location that exists like present day. Congress members live there, and it's also specifically for talking to foreign leaders. They're referred to as like incubators, basically. The family themselves, they only refer to themselves as friends. That's it. They think of themselves as incubators. They're like groups that they don't take any action. They hide in complete secrecy and oblivion in order to get common ground. And out of that, they say action grows. I'm going to, again, my channeled message I got from the overall watching of this series. This is the family, the fellowship, these people. I should have taken a whole screenshot of their Wikipedia for you. But these weirdos, for anyone coming in that doesn't know what we were talking about the family. This organization, again, is ushering in the New World Order. That is literally their purpose. They have this national prayer breakfast. I channeled that. That is actually a ritual, okay, as well. I know everyone probably thinks it's always like an odd conspiracy. In this case, it's actually not, okay? They're using their C Street locations that they own or manage, where these Congress members live together in secrecy and whatever. They're not allowed to speak about anything. Complete and utter invisibility is the key word there. They're doing weird, like sex, like energetic rituals there. Also, there's a lot of human trafficking that is like energetically tied to this organization that I channeled. Has anyone watched? Hey, Sunshine. Anyone watched this? Anyone was watching it? Because they are my channeled message overall for anyone coming in. The family, the fellowship organization, these fucking weirdos that are the founders of the National Prayer Breakfast, which is also a ritual. Okay. It's a ritual / like week of lobbying under the mask of God. So it's basically colluding for power, and they're perverting God and pretending they're doing it for like, oh, a prayer breakfast. That's the furthest thing from what they're doing. But this specific organization will be responsible for ushering in what we will come to know as the New World Order. There is someone that is going to rise up from the Middle East in the next few years and will lead many nations together in the sense of a new world order, all underneath the guise of being under Christ. That's their goal. That's what I channeled. That's my message to you all. So for anyone who's watched it, Sunshine, you watched the show? What's up? Grandmaster B, did you watch this? Anybody have anything they picked up as well or channeled? But yeah, this is huge. The overall channeled message is this group, I don't know how many people have not watched this documentary. I feel like it's going to also like fall into oblivion because that's part of like the ritualistic magic they use. But the overall channel message is watch this group. They are working overtime, double overtime to usher in the new world order at a rapid pace, like expedite it, if you will. Oh man, really? You didn't even hear of it till now? It's on Netflix. The Family on Netflix. If you don't feel like watching it, honestly, it's a quick Google search. I'm not even kidding because there's so much information on them, despite them being such a secret organization. Um, I do want to say too, what I found to be the most interesting was that, um, like the actual organization, the family, a lot of the energy they're using is like they're like perverting specifically the energy of like female god, not just like the masculine god, but female god. So it's like a different level of like power and influence here, and they're really scared to let it go. But it's tumbling down. Like, but it will come tumbling down eventually, but they are working to bring in the new world order. Yeah. Yes, they are. I don't know who else says, yeah. It's just interesting how their entire basis started with them, like them declaring that their wealth had to be protected by force by God. So this is an organization that from the rip was founded in just greed, like a lust for power. And then they masked it behind God because people love that. They love that. That's how these evangelists have rivs. Most of them, and I'm being gracious when I say this, but I'm going to say probably about 90% of evangelists are literally in allegiance with power and not God. So there's that for anyone that can't identify that. You guys will also see my channeling that's coming up for the Four Horsemen, going over like Revelations and the prophecy in Revelations. You guys will see that a lot of really powerful preachers, pastors, whoever will be crumbling down. But I'm going to, because since I kind of channeled the overall message of the show, which was the most important part here, also in highlighting that the National Prayer Breakfast is bullshit. Obviously, it's a ritual, so there's that. It's a form of energy harvesting too, and it's a form of like almost like a big money magic ritual too, if you will. It has that kind of energy because it's just a big room full of people pretending to pray, but really that's not what's happening. They're all lobbying and exchanging information and crossing country lines because at the end of the day, money is what is most important to these people that have lower spiritual values than some of us. Um, but they're trying to evangelize the world, and this is just for a grasp of power, really. And then once they do, like help mobilize this person that's going to rise up from the Middle East to help kind of usher in the new world order, like one world government, like that. That's what I mean by that. Like literally new world order, one world government, like that. Think One Piece. So where all a bunch of countries just go together, like, oh, okay, we're just one big unit now. Like that's what they're aiming to do, and they're pretending to care about God to do it, and they're doing weird, the weird shit that like the elite people do behind the scenes, like, things I can't say on Instagram because they already shadow ban me as it is. So there's that. There is that. So if anybody has anything else that they saw or wanted to make note of this organization, that is the number one theme I just want you guys to point out. They're trying to like really hide in oblivion and secrecy, so I encourage everyone to educate yourself on them, so it kind of has the exact opposite effect of what they're going for. Because like I said, the main reason they have so much power is because they're so invisible. If some light is shown on them, light bringer, if some light is shown on them, it kind of helps dismantle their energy. So, you know, talk to people about these weirdos. So that way it helps take away some of their energetic pull, because they're not doing anything in the name of God. I can tell you guys that now. They're trying to have us under one big one world government where they work behind the scenes like a covert undercover. It's like having it's like when people say the president isn't really the president, obviously, because there's a force higher really calling the shots. Same thing. It's pretty much these weirdos that are running this weird organization. Like, no pun intended. Whoever even did this like graphic for this, like the roots growing in, insane. Because that's literally what they're doing. It's like festering roots growing all over the world. And they're just, people use it up. They eat it up. They love it. They love this. They have it in other countries too. What? Oh, you guys are talking about One Piece. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought this was really interesting. So, for those of us that watched it, that was the overall channeled message that I got from Spirit, from God, actually. That is what I was told. They're like, there's no God here. It is absolute perversion of God. The total opposite is what is taking place here. This is, like I said, just an allegiance with power. And too much greed, too much money, abuse of power, that all aligns with, we know who that aligns with: Satan, Lucifer, whatever you guys want to call him, lower level energies, okay? That's what that aligns with. That's the kind of work they're doing. It's so funny because Spirit just keeps saying, yeah, the family, a Luciferian family. That's what they're saying. So, yeah. But they are very much trying to kind of bring us all under one happy matrix family. So that way they can have more control and power than they already have, more influence. Yeah, it says I'm kind of wrapping up a little bit. Yeah, I went through it a little quicker than I thought. I went through the main points. The main channeled message overall from this actual organization, the family, the fellowship, the family, whatever name they're going by, but they are not. They're the founder of the National Prayer Breakfast, sis. So the prayer breakfast that takes place every single year here, and all the presidents attend. Like, no presidents have ever missed it since like 1953, whenever it was established. That is essentially like a energy harvesting ritual, but it's like one. It's more than that. Like on our physical level, it's also just one big like swamp pool of lobbying. So it's kind of like lobbying that isn't considered lobbying because they're doing it and saying it's a prayer breakfast and we're here for God. So they get away with it, and they get away with this once a year. They have Congress people who live in actual properties they own, which I find very odd. But they have a lot of SCX like things attached to them, like trafficking wise. Energetically is something that I picked up. But they are ushering in the New World Order. There's going to be someone that is going to start rising up out of the Middle East and is going to it'll be like a one world government kind of vibe. And this group will be responsible for it. They're actually working on it like as we speak. But if we're able to kind of like manipulate the energy, if more light is shown on this group, Spirit tells me it kind of takes away their energy. Like, they have more power because of how invisible they are, because of them being a secret organization, more or less. But it's the fact that they're perverting God. So I don't know how long that influence and power is going to last, at all. At all. Yes, exactly. Yes, Grandmaster B, exactly. That's exactly it. I didn't want to say that on here because I feel like it gets me shadow banned, but yes, the Antichrist. Absolutely. That's what they're ushering in. And it's someone that will rise up from the Middle East. So it'll be a Middle Eastern person. Yes. Someone that kind of fits like what some people might accept as like the image of what Jesus looks like, but not quite. It's more the Arabic romanticized version of him, I guess, if you will. They have that appeal, that aesthetic, and it's like it's someone that's kind of like they may or may not be a royal over there, in one of those Middle Eastern countries. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because I do want to point out that recently, like Grandmaster V is saying, like I bet they're from Dubai. Yeah. And that is interesting that you said that because I don't know if anyone has paid attention to the fact that I think she's a princess from Dubai who divorced her husband. Like, there's there's an Islamic practice where you can literally put it in writing or something and divorce your spouse, but it's only done in like extreme circumstance. And this particular princess, her husband was accused of like fucking men and all types of weird stuff. So, and women and goats and I don't know what else. Whatever else he was into, I don't know. I don't know. But he was doing this and she divorced him in this it's like not a common fashion. So she did it, but her dad supported her. And, like I did that channeling earlier this year with like the triple moon goddesses of Arabia, like the female god aspects. And they immediately told me, they were like, yeah, you have to watch them because there's something like around that family. It's like, and somehow Saudi Arabia. Yeah, babe. Yeah, somehow Saudi. It's like a merging of the two. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, that this organization, and I want to highlight that despite them being a Christian based organization, they don't identify solely as Christian. Like that's not what their motive is. They say they're here to help people have like spiritual awakenings, which I find very interesting because they're all fucking weirdos. Like everyone on that documentary, their energy all gave me horrendous, like reptilian pedophilia, like grossness. I'm not kidding. Like literally, that's all I could see and feel. Just ew, low level energy, dirty muck. Like it just felt gross. It felt nothing like God, I can tell you that. So anyway, I found it interesting that they have influence in almost every country in the world. Like they have a prayer breakfast in Russia. They have one in Japan. They have like they're literally everywhere. They are like a fucking cancer. I'm not kidding. Like and this is what they're doing. This is what I'm told that they are doing. They are ushering in the New World Order, the Antichrist, one world government, And it's funny because for anybody yeah, they were. Anybody that is familiar with One Piece, like how like Robin's Island got destroyed because it had all the information and knowledge and all that. That's coming. Like there's gonna be like, and I want to say in the next like, it could be like maybe 12 years, like up to 12 years, which I know that's kind of a long term like prediction, but they will literally be like burning books. Like you'll be like killed, like burned in jail for buying and reading books. Like literally, I've seen that. So get your books while you can, guys, and hide them, I guess, because there's that. They don't want you to have any kind of information. But yep, the family. They're ushering in the uprising of the New World Order to establish a one world government. And this is a key individual coming out of the Middle East. So, which the Middle East has been everyone's been kind of looking that way recently, even with, what's been going on with Palestine, because I'm not even going to give the other ones any light right now. So, with what's been going on over there. So, yeah, they are triple in price. Yep, Fahrenheit 451, right, Grandmaster B? That's what you were watching? That is probably what it was, I'm sure. Yep. Hey, Ruby. Yeah, so if you guys haven't watched it, watch it, tune in. I did think it was interesting though, because when I was pulling, like you guys know, I haven't been using my cards a lot lately because I did like a channeling really, but I did pull some cards when I started because I wanted to get the overall energy of them, and it was the World card that came out. That was the first, and I was like, New World Order, literally. But these people are weirdos and they're just here for the absolute perversion of God. But they will be balanced. Like destruction's coming. They have a lot of concerns right now too. Like they're going through a lot. Like this is like a really bad period for them. Like things are falling apart, so they feel like their mission is being like coerced. Um, yeah, it was Michael B. Jordan. Yep, Fahrenheit 451. That's what it's called. Fahrenheit 451. Yep. Yeah, that was a good movie too. By the way, oh my God, y'all, have you guys watched Deliverance on Netflix? Who watched Deliverance? It's new, like it just came out. Tell me y'all watched it. It's so good. Tell me your favorite spiritual cleanser. You guys know I specialize in cleansing and removing and protection, because you can't really do anything without it. So I don't even know why y'all be skipping that part like it's not crucial. Oh my God, sis, watch it. It is so good. Like it is so, if you guys want to get a good idea of what I kind of do work wise, go watch that movie. Go watch that movie. If you guys literally want to understand more of what I do, go watch that movie. Yeah, go watch it. I'm telling you. You guys will love it. You will love it. And it's crazy because it tied into, yes, Ruby, watch it tonight. It's so good. It ties into the last movie we talked about, Apocalypto, and how the whole concept of fear, like the absence of fear has to be there. Riddance of fear must be thorough. The riddance of fear, because you can't do anything like in your heart space if you have fear. And I feel like that was a good theme in Deliverance. And that's the only theme I'm going to give you guys because I want y'all to watch it. I don't want to ruin it. But great, great, great movie. I don't know if enough people watch it, we could do a breakdown on it too. Because that one actually was worth a breakdown because I don't know if you guys follow me on Threads, but I've been saying a lot. I don't know if you, I don't know if I shared it on here, but I did like a channeling a little bit ago. Why is this thumbs up thing popping up? What does that mean? Is that from someone? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I have no idea what that means. On Threads, I put out a couple posts about like how we'll see kind of like an uprising and like demonic possessions. So I feel like it would be in everyone's best interest to watch Deliverance because I feel like 1 in 4 of y'all is gonna need someone like me's help soon. So there's that. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Okay. Um, oh yeah, Corey, I gotta send you some seeds. I did forget, but I will do that. I will. I will. You need help. Sis, is that what you said? Yeah, if you guys follow me on Threads, but I did mention that we'll see like I mean, I'm not trying to scare y'all, but kids acting really fucking crazy, like Children of the Corn vibes. I said that maybe like a month ago on Threads, but that's coming. So Deliverance is something that you all want to watch, especially if you have children. Watch it. It is any parent here. I don't care if you're a dog mom, a cat mom, a freaking camel mom, an alpaca mom. I don't care what a horse mom. Watch this movie. Okay. It is really, really, if you're a human being, watch this movie, Deliverance. It is really, really good. Um, yeah, yeah, Deliverance. So that's it, guys. The family, full of fucking weirdos that are acting like they love God and they don't love God. They don't love God. They don't care about God. They care about power and that's it. And they're ushering in the new world order, one world government. That's it. Someone coming up out of the Middle East. Okay. So also, I hope you guys don't tune into that national prayer breakfast either. I hope you guys don't watch that shit on C-SPAN or anything. Don't give it any energy. Don't watch any of that. Nothing. Don't even pay. It's full of shit. They're just lobbying. It's just high level lobbying. And if I'm not mistaken, most of us, average citizens really should be opposed to lobbying because it really takes away from the entire point of like a democratic nation. But if you have lobbyists that can influence people in government to do things based on money and power and maneuvering and all of that, then no, that's not it. But they are using other weird ritualistic means too. So just keep an eye on these people. They're not so holy. They're weirdos. They're fucking weirdos. And they're perverting God. And I'm here to tell you guys that, yeah. So I hope everyone enjoys. If you've not watched it, go watch it. I'm going to let you guys go. I love you all. Everyone watch Deliverance. I want to get these things back on a good schedule. I know it was summer. Everybody was having fun, but school is back in session. Okay. Everybody that's on their spiritual ascension. So we're back on it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just call this, and we'll say same time next week for Deliverance. Okay. That's what we will do. Look at you all just having the time of your life in this chat. Y'all just living it up. Living it up. Oh, look. Yeah, guys, the Fool card just came out. So, you're welcome, Ruby. Lots of, overall, for everyone in this chat, I feel like new beginnings are very much on the horizon. Some of you feel a little hung up, though. Hangman came out. I was just shuffling my cards, and these are popping out. I haven't used my cards in a while because I've just been channeling. So, I like to get a little shuffle, 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 shuffle. I have Six of Swords, so somebody's leaving home or transitioning, doing something. Some of you are there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of stress. It's okay. We can make all things possible through God. You hear me? Everything is possible. You guys have ultimate acts of creation. Hi. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry guys. He just told me you guys can't see it. But you guys are free to go next Friday. I'll see. Well, I don't know. Before you guys go? Actually, don't go. What's better, Friday or Thursdays? Do you guys prefer to do these on Friday, Thursdays, or do you guys prefer Saturdays? Because I don't really have a life so other than no, Thursdays actually are not good for me anymore. I forgot. Thursdays don't work for me. I have studies on Thursdays. I can't do that. So Fridays or Saturdays, guys. Whoever responds first in the chat, that is the day we're going with. Friday and Saturday. Friday or Saturdays. Okay. Thank you, Ruby. Anybody? Okay. Friday or Saturdays. Anybody want? And okay, because I'm going to just say Friday so you guys can enjoy your Saturdays. So next Friday it is. We'll be here 8:30 p.m. We'll be going over Deliverance. If you watch it, you'll get to see, at a more dramatized level, but what I kind of get to do for a living. So, ripping evil off people for fun. So there's that. And if not, you guys follow me on Threads. I haven't been on here a lot. I just don't really like Instagram. So I love you all very much, but I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like the energy on here usually too much. I don't like TikTok either because I feel like it's like a void. It's very weird to me. So you guys can find me on Snapchat. You can find me on Threads, and YouTube. Okay, so I'll see everybody. I send you all lots of love. Love you all. Send you all lots of protection and abundance and peace. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Okay? Well, I guess you know what? It is kind of rude of me before I go. Bye, guys. Anybody have any questions before I went? I didn't even think to ask that. I'm sorry. Then I will let you guys go. If everyone has no questions, then you're free to go. I didn't even think to ask. New World Order, the family, the fellowship. Ushering in New World Order. That's it, guys. All right. Oh my God. I'm not the hostess kind of questions, sis. I'm dying. Will I win the lottery? I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm gonna win. No, not for me. I'm not gonna win, but Bye, Ruby. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Okay, guys. Bye. Love you all. Thanks for coming in. I'll try and save this.